Okay, next up we have machine number 3, and let's see. And this does give us a black screen. Yeah, okay. As you can see, these two legs are a bit bent up. So let me quickly bend these down. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see. Nope, still a black screen. Okay. So, board number 3, no boot, black screen. So while inspecting the board, I actually found something. That little black resistor here. Wonder how that got fried. So I might have to change that, and that is R405. I will have to look that up in the service manual. In case you're wondering what the sound is in the background, my son is playing Return to Monkey Island, which just released. Yeah, I put in a kickstart, and it's still black screening on me. So let's remove that resistor, swap it out if I have a spare one, and see what happens. Okay, as you can see, this board has some work done. Maybe you can see it. I already put it back into its metal casing, and I did remove that burnt resistor at 405. And since it was burnt, I couldn't see what value it was, and so I resorted to the service manual, which we will take a look at in a minute. And that led me to remove these 3.3K microfarad 10 volt caps. And yeah, all this pretty much here is video circuitry. So here's the Denise chip, which is connected to these 74 HC245Ns, which go into this vidiot, as it is called. And that is pretty much a set of resistors and caps and a few transistors, I believe, that then goes through this resistor pack and these two caps into this. And these caps, these Shoei caps are prone to short inside, and if they do, and depending on which one does, it either burns the 405 resistor, or it also burns the 401, which is somewhere here, plus the vidiot. And the vidiot is a special chip which you can't get anymore. So there are modern replacements, and this board is one of these, where you just solder in these legs and then put it in here, or you could do it with this one of these, and you can actually swap it out. This needs some surface mount components, a few transistors, some caps, and some resistors, and these do pretty much the signal management from the Denise to the RGB port. And the composite port, I guess, too. Yeah, so I have these, and I was prepared to build one, minus having all the parts I need for that. But luckily enough, only one of those two seemed to have shorted or killed the 405. And let's take a look at the schematics for that. So what we have here is, let me put this like this. We have the Denise chip down here, which is here. We have those U40, U41, which are the 74 HC254s, these two here. We have the video hybrid, or vidiot as it is called, which is this long thing here. And here are some resistor packs in between, and there's the RGB port, which is here. So it goes through these and that stuff. And down here we can see how these are wired together and how the caps are included. And as you can see, here's my resistor 405, and right here is my C401. This is the 401 that is connected behind the vidiot, and so only took out the R405, which is here. So these two are connected. If C402 would have gone down, it would have blown 12 volts through the U40, U41 and the vidiot, and so maybe it would have taken out everything in its wake right here. So pretty glad only one of those seemed to have shorted. And replacing those and putting in a kickstart ROM, of course, resulted in, let me show you what happened. So it's all plugged in. Let's start it up and see what it does. And looky, that looks promising. Come on, come on. There it is. Workbench 1.3. So this board is fixed, and all it took was to replace these two caps. I guess it would be sufficient to replace this one, but since they are prone to fail and short, I replaced both, had to oil them and replace this resistor. And by the way, if you have to replace this resistor 405, it's a 4.7 ohm, not kilo ohm resistor. So this board is fixed, which is board number 3. So I have just one Amiga board left, standard Amiga board left to fix. Let's take a look at that. I have a pretty good guess what the problem is, because when I took the board and tried to stack it, I found this, and this is a splinter of this vidiot over here. So there are parts inside, and these parts are now missing. So no vidiot, no video. And I guess this is the main reason why this, except for the kickstart ROM of course, why this won't boot. So I'm not sure if I want to repair this, because I have boards which have missing chips that do work, and I could use these in those working boards. And I'm still planning on building my own A500 Plus. I do have some A500 Pluses which are still dead, which would add to the Repairathon, like this one here, which is green here and green all over the place and green here. And I have a second one, as you know, which is, let me grab this, right here, which is not quite as green, except for the board itself. Yeah, but it's still green, and I have to remove this socket here, and these down here have to be replaced. And I have to clean this up, and I have no idea if it works or if it doesn't, because I didn't put a Gary in here. This is also green, so there's quite some work to do to get these working again. And I guess this one has a better chance than this one, because this one is just toast. So yeah, my idea would be to take a look at this board right now. Put this away for now. Maybe this is just my spare parts board for the one I'm planning to build, which is, I think I haven't shown this one, which is a Remix 500 done by the same guy, like these replacement vidiots. So this one will get a replacement vidiot, and I'm missing some parts, especially a lot of sockets of these 20 pin 20 leg sockets and a few other parts, but most of these parts are right here. So I could use a lot of these parts here, hoping that they still work, of course, and especially the ports, because these are pretty hard to find. So my plan is to use one of these A500 boards, and that might be this one, and using those parts to build this board. Yeah, so let's take a closer look at this A500 Plus board. Let me remove the shield and then we take a look. Ah, and I totally forgot. On this one, where the vignette is broken, we don't even have a black screen, we have a green screen. And I did not try to boot this again after this fell off, so I'm guessing that it's really just the vignette circuitry which is broken, and if we replace this, we could have another working board. And the good thing on these boards is that all the holes for the RAM are open, so you could easily put more RAM in here. Let's maybe boot this and see if it at least gives us some greenish tinted screen. Okay, board number 6, I will call it the Green Devil with a broken vignette, is hooked up. Let's start it and see what it does. And surprise, surprise, gives us nothing because I forgot to put in the kickstart. That's better. So let's try again. Yeah, looks greenish. So that screen should be white. And there we are. And that looks greenish blue. So yeah, it works, but it's not pretty. And as I said, I believe it's the vignette that's responsible here. So yeah, I'm on the fence to repair this, to be honest. So if I build one of these vignettes and I get the parts, which are not easy to get, at least here in Germany right now, I will do this. But for now I will put this board to the side and take a look at one of the A500 Plus boards. Okay, so I did remove the A500 board, which is board number 10, from the metal housing or the metal shielding. And let's take a look at the underside of this. And to be honest, this doesn't look bad. There are a few spots of corrosion, I guess, here. But since this is green, it's really hard to see, but I don't think there's anything else corroded on here. So this could be a candidate for a repair. I do of course have to remove these here and replace them, but that's not a big deal because I have those. Battery is already out. This looks a bit crusty. Yeah, there are many places where this happened here. I'll remove this chip quickly, which is Paula, by the way. Let's take a look at the socket, which I have not done yet. Yeah, it's a bit greenish, but it looks good. It's not corroded down, and the socket, yeah, it's not green. The socket looks good. The Gary socket is a different story, which really looks terrible, and I will have to replace this, but I guess I'll keep this one. Okay, so let's clean the board a little, remove the port, remove the socket, put in the Gary and a kickstart and see what it does. I will for now leave this in here. Okay, so let's give this a good clean. So removing this Gary socket is what professionals like to call a real shitfest. I had to scrap away all the gunk that was on there. I was sure there were no pads left, but they were just greenish. And I now have to solder in 2 halves of the sockets because I only have a 24 and a 28 socket instead of the one I need here. There's still pin 1 stuck in there because that won't heat, and there's still one hole closed because, well, it won't open. From the other side, that looks okay-ish. Scrapped away some copper while trying to get this freaking pin out, and I had to destroy this. As you can see, there's a lot of debris here. Didn't want to come in one piece. Yeah, so now I'm trying to put in this socket and removing this final pin, and then hopefully we have a Gary socket and we can put in a Kickstarter Paul and a Gary and try if it might actually work. On a different note, I took this board outside, and while it looks kind of okay from this side, it looks very much not okay from this side. So yeah, and that is bloated and exploded. You can get it away here, scrape it away. Yeah, I guess this board is as toasty as the other one, so I will probably, if this doesn't work right now, just use it for spares, because that is gone beyond all repair. Does not look too bad in artificial light, but as soon as you go out, I had to blow away some of the fiberglass pen I used to scrap away the green gunk, and I saw the board in daylight. It was like day and night, literally. Yeah, so let's put in the socket. I am on this for, I guess, 45-50 minutes now, just removing this freaking socket. Yeah, so after what felt like skinning a baby seal with a butter knife, I have a new socket in. Yay! I'm not sure if it works, so let's populate and let's see. First let's put Paula back in here, and I have a spare Gary here. My skin is all itchy and scratchy because I have to, yeah, because I used this fiberglass pen and it gets everywhere. And we have to put the ROM. This is a correct socket, by the way. It's just an arrow here, and you have to put it all the way down. And then two pins are unpopulated. Okay, so let's plug this in and see what it does. So I'm switching to Handycam again, and the machine is plugged in, all the chips are in. Yeah, still looks like shit. And let's see what it does. Doesn't blow up, that's good. But it's kind of black. That's not looking promising. No, that is a very black screen Amiga. Yeah, so I guess I will call this board after an hour 15 or an hour 30 a lost cause. And yeah, just like the other board, I will, I don't know, sell the other one for spares if I need some, or I keep them, or I have no idea. Yeah, so I guess these A500 boards are beyond repair. I'm sorry. There's just too much damage, and if you look from the other side, it's even worse. So these are spare parts for my shiny new white A500 board. And I'm not looking forward to desolder all these components, because desoldering on this board is just hell. Every component that is infested with some green gunk is almost undesolderable. So I have really taken my time to do this, but it's just not happening. Okay, so I guess the next part will be me desoldering shit from these boards and putting shit into the whiteboard, the new shiny A500 plus board. So I guess this is it for this video. There's a black screen, there's a dead A500 plus. I'm sorry. Until next time, bye bye.
Thank you for watching Retro is the New Black. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you like the video, please share. Every like, share, and comment helps a lot. Until next time, bye-bye.